Hello everyone, we're here in sunny Tasmania and I'm just going to talk to you a bit about making a selection for what material to use for a mount and why we select and use what we do, and just quickly how we get it ready. So some of the products that are used, and quite well by a lot of people, have your tree fern, which is quite common, quite popular. I find there's a few problems with it. One is it breaks down after a period of time. It can alter its pH depending on how you use it, and bugs can live in it, so you have to be a little bit careful of that. Another product is your driftwood. We have used it. The plant we had on this died. You have to be careful. If the driftwood is from salt water, it has to be soaked for a period of time, probably a year, before it's safe to use. Yeah, and depends how much it's broken down. You need to get rid of all this loose stuff out of it. So it's a good hard wood. So a little bit more work, but sometimes it does look quite nice if you can get the right piece. For your epiphytes, just some rough textured timber off trees was growing in our garden, and that worked well for quite a while, but eventually the outside of it does tend to break down and come away. A lot of people use old palings and timber like that. I personally don't like it. I've had mounts I've used with it, and insects can get in behind it and start laying eggs for some reason or other. Main thing with it, if it's got any sapwood at all, you will get borers in it as well, which helps with the breakdown of the timber. So aesthetically, to me, it's not very pleasing, but a lot of people are very successful with it. I know some people that are very successful using fruit tree. They cut the limbs off their fruit trees and grow straight onto that pretty well after it's been dried for a period of time, and grows quite well. Again, got to be careful of borers, and otherwise it's quite good. Size is limited a bit by the small twigs, but good for your twig epiphytes. And probably one of the most popular of all is bark. I personally don't like it at all. Main reason is trying to hydrate your orchids during summer. If you sit that in water, you can hold it under for as long as you like. It's not going to retain any moisture. Whereas what we use, you can sit it in a tray, let it soak up moisture for a few days, and it'll be really good. So, but it's good for those who can water all the time. So what we use pine bark, pieces of pine bark. These fellas here got a very nice rough texture on it. Because it's bark and not sapwood, borers won't go into it. Most of these big old trees, you get it off around probably 80, 100 years old. So it's well weathered. You can chip a bit off the tree and use it straight away. And I've got heaps of pieces here I'm about to do. I've got some little bulbo pieces I want to do, but it can come off the tree in big pieces. Here's an example, and I've got even ones up to 3 times bigger than that. So lovely, nice textured stuff. Roots will grow into that all over it, and they love it. As I say, you can give it a good soak in summer, and it'll supply moisture to the plant for quite a few days. Now, all we do with this is take our trusty drill. Usually try and find the thin end for hanging. Come down an inch or so into a bit of fairly thick solid material. drill it like such, and then move them out of the way. And I use galvanised wire. And the good thing is you can buy this galvanised wire in all different gauges, so you can use the gauge to suit your material. If you have a look on this big fella, I've got an extra heavy gauge. Today we're just going to use about what I call a medium gauge for the mounts here. And I like to come through from the back, put that fella up straight behind it, come right over, and then twist him round. There's a couple of reasons I do that. One is it can't come out. I'll just finish him off with the pliers so there's no sharp pieces sticking out. I then usually cut about 60mm or so, a couple inches, and then I just bend him once, and since I'm putting it over lattice, I'll go along and bend him again, and that'll fit nicely over a bit of lattice. If you're only putting on wire, you could have that close together, but I find about that, the head of the pliers fits almost anything. So that mount's ready to go. The only other thing that I do, or reason I do it, I've got a tag here, so I'll put a hole in that, and a bit of tie wire to put through my tag. I wouldn't do this now, I'd do it after I put the plant on. But I'm showing you why I loop the wire right round, so I can tie that onto there. And there's absolutely no possibility that I could lose my tag. So that's pretty well how we do it. Thank you.